Hey there, game gurus. Welcome back to the channel. So I have to be going by Kohls, and I remember seeing this in their catalog for, I think it was $79, and I paid about $82, $83 with tax. And I really wasn't going to pick this up, but you know what? It looks kind of nice. It caught my eye. So I figured I'd bring it home and give it a quick review of this. So I think Arcade 1UP is just going to make it its mission to make sure everyone has a Pac-Man cabinet from Arcade 1UP in the world. Because it's another Pac-Man cabinet. But you know what? It's not bad looking, and the box really caught my eye. So let's just go over this and give it a fair shake. So I did see this on the shelf, and looking at it, it's a nice looking box. I can't lie. It's the black with the colors on here looks really nice. Arcade 1UP, Collector Cade. It looks like their Pac-Man, their Gen 1 cabinet, not their Legacy cabinet, which I have over there. But it's not a bad looking cabinet. I like the colors that pop on it. But the box itself, even on the top, it's got a nice like ghosting Arcade 1UP design and Collector Cade. So, you know, if you do collect these machines you want to put on your shelf or on your desk, this might not be so bad. And again, I do like the box design. You get to see pretty much the angles of the machine. You can see on this side the yellow pops really nice with the black, and you can see the machine. So you got the artwork over here with the Pac-Man on it, and it is a monster, not a ghost. I'm just saying that's a monster, not a ghost. And there's some information on the back. So again, just walking through Christmas time, holiday season, you walk through Kohls, you see this, whoever designed the packaging, you get a thumbs up. I think it's a really, really nicely designed box. But it really depends on what the machine's like on the inside. But just looking at it in the box, for 80 bucks, I'm saying, you know what? It's not so bad. It's playable. I don't think many people going up may even know it works. They just think it's a statue. But in any case, it is a working unit. It's got a 3-inch screen or so. But let's get it out of the box. So the box itself, I'm giving a thumbs up, right? This gets 2 thumbs up. Nice designed box. Whoever designed the box did a really nice job over Arcade 1UP. So I'm going to give it that. So we'll post a little tab out here. And we'll open our box. And the box, again, I think it's a pretty good experience taking out of the box. And we'll tilt this thing down here a little bit so you can see kind of what we're doing. Put that down over there. And it's got a nice protective thing here on the top to make sure the machine doesn't fly around, which is nice. Of course, now I can't get it out of the box at all. My lord! There we go. So we'll get our Collector Cade out of here. And with the box, we're going to move over to the side. So actually, let's get the box completely out of the way. We're in the box. I like boxes. Most people saying, Glenn, we don't care about the boxes. Now here is our, I'm going to assume it's roughly 1/6 scale. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if they say what scale it is. But it doesn't look too bad. Now it doesn't feel like wood. I'm pretty sure it's all plastic. I can't say for sure, but I think it's all plastic. I will say that the artwork on here feels nice. I'd always say it's almost like, you know, the My Arcade quality, which is a very thick, very good decal. Hopefully they will not need any type of deco protectors on here for the artwork. I don't think so. I think the artwork feels pretty robust. Again, it looks really nice on the side. This looks really, really nice. I feel like Pac-Man. That looks good, nice yellow. I don't see any defects in the artwork. We have some screw holes, obviously, for the sides to make it look like the Arcade 1UP original Gen 1 cabinet. And they have the fake, like, red, tape on here to look like T-molding. But again, the presentation here is really not bad. I'm pretty sure we have a light-up marquee here. We have our controllers here. Now, I am a little disappointed. I looked on the back. It does take batteries. It takes the 4 AA batteries. You have your volume control, on-off switch, speaker here, but there's no micro USB or USB to plug it in. I do understand it might be on the shelf or you might want it on your desk, but it would be nice, like I put rechargeable batteries in here, it would be nice if you could charge it inside the machine or have a small battery. I think for the price, they could have threw in at least a micro USB charger to kind of plug it in. But in any case, that's not what's included. Now the buttons here, my understanding is looking in the manual, and they actually have a nice little manual here, very thin. It's like it's like micro thin, but it does tell you that this is a little weird choice for me. So we have player 1 and player 2 here. That sounds great. It's a fake button. This has no function. It's there for 2 players, but you can't play 2 players. It's a 1-player only game. And then you have a button here for your Galaga and your Galaxian to shoot. So again, this is not an arcade accurate machine like Numbskull has done. It's an Arcade 1UP mini-cade. And you know what, I guess maybe because the actual mini version of theirs, as you can see over here, does have 2 buttons. They wanted to do that. But I don't know why they couldn't have made it have player 1 and 2 players playing it the same way. The button is there. That's just me. I think it's a little silly to have the button not be functioning. I understand why they did it, because it's 1 or 2 player in the big machine versus the little, and it looks the part. But you should make the game playable with 2 people. Now, with that being said, the buttons feel adequate. Nothing great, nothing special. Now, the joystick looks kind of big, but there's no throw in it at all. It's like it really, you just micro move it in any direction, and the joystick goes that way. And it doesn't feel four-way direction locked. I can move in all 8 directions. So when you're playing a game like Pac-Man or Galaxian or Galaga, we're trying here, you should have a minimum of 4-way gate lock, and that is not the case here. It rotates in all 8 directions. With that being said, let's just turn it on and see what we get. Now, the volume is up all the way. Turn that on. Light up marquee came up relatively quickly. And the game came up relatively quickly. There wasn't a long boot up time, no Arcade 1UP logo. It would have been nice actually to see the Arcade 1UP logo come up like on the big machine. If you're going to make this 2 buttons be here, should have did that as well. But in any case, it doesn't do that. Comes up to this menu, and let's see how the sound is. Okay, the volume is up at 100%, and I would say in a quiet room, it's barely adequate. It's not horrible. You can definitely hear the game. Now, I can pretty much guarantee these are not the arcade ROMs. I'm pretty sure these are going to be recreations of the game, but I'm not 100%. We'll start the game and find out. I will also add down the bottom here, there's some rubber feet, and the rubber feet seem to be doing a really good job keeping the machine from moving around. It's got a decent enough weight where everything stays where it is. So I'm going to probably get the camera, maybe zoomed in for you guys a little bit. Let's see here. Just so you can kind of see that screen a little bit better, make sure you guys can see it. So I'm going to start the game. Again, you can't do a 2-player game. You're going to do a 1-player game. Now, since it went right into Pac-Man, Pac-Man should have had a whole boot-up screen with a bunch of numbers and letters going past, let you know he's booting the arcade ROM. That didn't happen. It booted right to the game. So I'm going to go on a limb here and say this is a recreation, which again, it's all just plays well enough. It sounds well enough. It's not a big deal. But again, 2 players does nothing. Put in our 1-player coin, I hope. There we go. It took 3 presses to get it, but we got it. And the music is definitely not arcade accurate, so I'm going to definitely go with my instinct of this was an arcade recreation of Pac-Man. The sound is definitely not arcade accurate, but it's close. And I will say the controls are, again, not the best. They do the job, I suppose, but they're definitely not, I guess not up to my standards. How about that? I would like to try and complete 2 levels, just see if they have an intermission. I'm sure they do. It would be silly not to have them in here. But we just completed the first level. I still have 2 Pac-Man in reserve. Now, I don't know why it's doing the musical over again. So again, that just goes to show this is not the arcade ROM, it is a recreation. It shouldn't have done that whole startup music again. Uh-oh. So again, they have a license for the ROMs. I'm not quite sure why they didn't just, use the arcade ROM here versus spend money to recreate it. But the heart and spirit of the game is here. Okay, looks like we'll see if there's an intermission. Let's see. Well, that music is almost terrible. Again, the music was pretty bad. It's a definite recreation. It shouldn't be doing that every time. I'm going to hold this button down here. 5 seconds. That resets the whole machine, and that's how you get back to the menu. So the next one we'll take a look is actually Galaxians. That was the first game that came out. Now this one we'll be using this button here for firing, and let's see how this one plays. Again, we didn't get the numbers and letters going past the screen showing it's doing a self-test, so it's not an arcade ROM, it's a recreation. Again, music is off. And again, this volume is up at 100%. So overall, I mean, it's a recreation, but it's really not bad. Again, not everyone's going to be a stickler like me as far as the gameplay. The controllers are just very, kind of stiff because there's not much play with the left and right. But again, it's not meant to be played long term. It's really more of a shelf piece. They can play if you want to. Oh, can I finish a level? I did. So again, not bad. The screen looks kind of nice. I'm on the far right of the unit, and the screen actually looks still fairly bright, and I'm actually moving more. So the screen itself looks pretty good for what it is. I'm going to hold this down for 5 seconds. That took me back to the main menu. Again, once again, it resets the whole machine. And we'll take a look at Galaga. Most people prefer Galaga over Galaxian. I'm more of a Galaxian guy. I do like my Galaga, but I played Galaxian first. So we'll pick the game. And once again, no boot up screen. It just goes right to the game, so it's most likely recreation. And the sound is definitely off. But same musical tones, but definitely off. I always like to get my first ship captured so I can have 2 ships. Okay, we have a captured ship. Again, visually the game looks the part. The sound is the giveaway. There was definitely a slowdown right there. Substantial slowdown. I lost my ship for the challenge stage. So while we're doing this, let me give you some of my final thoughts. So what are my final thoughts of the arcade 1UP Collector Cade? Well, for $80, I can't say it's horrible. I mean, it's the holiday season. You give this to a gift for someone. I'm sure they would have some fun with it. It does look the part. If you wanted to have a miniature version of the arcade 1UP Gen 1 Pac-Man cabinet, they've done a really good job of making a smaller version of it. A couple of issues I do see is that I would have made it a 1 and 2 player game. I mean, if you have 2 buttons on there, I would have done that. The screen itself on here, it's about a 3-inch screen, and the viewing angles to me seem fine. There's no problem. Visually, the games do look the part. You can kind of see the angles there. There's no washing out, so I take my hat off to Arcade 1UP using a good screen in there. The problem is the audio. It is a little bit on the low side, but that's not really the main issue. The main issue is the sounds are completely off, like they're almost like a deranged version of the music and the sound effects. That's a dead giveaway. They're not using the arcade ROMs on here. I'm sure there's some gameplay differences, like in Pac-Man. Each time it starts a level, it says ready with the music. It should not be doing that. It should just say ready without the music. And also the exclusion of an external power source. You have to have batteries. There is actually, I just noticed, a headphone jack in there as well, so you can put a headphone in there. But with the sound effects you have, you probably don't want that. You may want to turn the volume down a little bit. But overall, you know, I'll probably keep this, put it on my shelf. It's a nice looking little unit. It's a nice recreation of, you know, of the Pac-Man. Maybe they'll come out with some more. I'm not interested in the Mortal Kombat they have. Maybe they'll make an Asteroids one or a Centipede one and something like that. But not bad. I think the decals will hold up. I don't think they'll wash off. So again, for $80, you know, this Christmas time, a holiday season, I'm sure after the holidays you can find one of these. You'll probably get a pretty good discount. Probably get it even cheaper. But if you got it at $80, I don't think it's horrible. But there's definitely room for improvement. I'll say that. So I'll give this, you know, maybe a 1 thumb up, where the box got, you know, 2 thumbs up. That's really it. So I do appreciate you taking time to watch the video. If you did like it, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends. And remember, no what way you play Pac-Man, because that's what Arcade loves doing, making you play different versions of Pac-Man. But no matter how you play a Pac-Man, just remember to tell your family and friends that you love them. And remember, no matter how you play the game or what you play it on, remember to game on and have fun.